2002 was the beginning of a new and exciting era for this grand old theater under the leadership of Mel Katten as the auditorium's chairman of the board. During Mel's 13-year tenure, the Auditorium Theater enjoyed so many successes, including the construction of the theater's first ever elevator and rehearsal studio, the establishment of an education department, and a year-long grand celebration of the theater's 125th anniversary. Mel was instrumental in the production of the beloved annual concert, Too Hot to Handle, the Jazz Gospel Messiah, and the co-production of the epic opera, Margaret Garner. But Mel's accomplishments go so much further beyond the theater walls. They extend throughout the Chicago community. Tonight, we are honored to celebrate Mel Katten for his countless personal and professional successes.
The first time I met Mel Katten is when I joined a fraternity at the University of Illinois. Mel was considered one of the leaders in the fraternity, and I think everybody looked up to him. He always wanted to be involved and to do what he could do to contribute. I don't think anybody's, in my experience, has ever had a bad word to say about Mel.
I think he realizes that everybody needs help to get to where they are. And while I've heard him described as a self-made man, he would say there's always people that are helping you.
I think it really traces back to Mel's, humble roots as a kid growing up in Harvey, Illinois, and he never forgot those roots. Even when he achieved a tremendous amount of success, he's extraordinarily capable and smart, but I think he considers himself just kind of lucky.
I think his greatest joy in becoming successful was that he was able to help others and to give back to the community.
When I first met Mel, we went 15 months without an executive director, and this was more than just a responsibility for him. This became a day-to-day job.
Mel and I were first charged with one simple task, which wasn't so simple in hindsight, but it was to rebuild the reputation of the Auditorium Theater in the city of Chicago. I couldn't think of a better person to have been charged with that responsibility than Mel Katten.
He knew that he had to look at it in a new way, which is not easy to do with a building that's been around over 100 years, and try to reinvent us.
I was very impressed with how he was able to put together such a terrific group of people and to really revive the focus of the theater and to really work out the relationships with Roosevelt University.
You think about his body of work, Mel Katten's body of work. Here's an indication how the seed grows and it feeds the community. Here's a perfect example of that. Mr. Katten has done this for a lot of his clients, not only in the arts, but in the field of being a lawyer, his law firm. And so many people can testify to his careful touch.
There is something about Mel that kind of quietly makes his way in. You start these conversations with him, and before you know it, you're writing a check, you're signing a contract, you're deeper than you'd ever thought you'd be in a relationship. But it's all worthwhile, and that's Mel.
He really loves being involved in a worthwhile project, and he certainly saw the Auditorium Theater as something deserving of his time and energy and spirit. And I think he loved the programming. I didn't realize he was such a huge fan of dance until after he got involved with the Auditorium Theater.
I am so proud and lucky to work at a place with one of the most diverse audiences in Chicago. A lot of that is due to our programming, a lot of that's due to our community engagement and going out into the community, and that was really driven by Mel.
Under Mel's leadership, we created the Department of Creative Engagement, our community outreach and educational programs. Now we serve 11,000 people annually over every neighborhood in Chicago.
One of the things that I'm very proud of and to be part of is the diversity that we do have, not only with the workforce that we have, but also with the events that we present. It really does give us the opportunity to welcome every audience in Chicago.
Mel was a great lover of the building, but he also supports the auditorium by really just being a great patron, seeing just about everything that the auditorium ever presented. Over the years, I can just see him in his row H seats for literally hundreds and hundreds of shows.
He had a passion, but he has a quiet fire, and he also has faith and trust in those that are in operations, those that are on the stage to get the job done.
The fact that he spent a good portion of his time and efforts in these charitable organizations shows that Mel had a deep interest in helping others.
Some people like to tell everyone what they've done or what they're doing. And it's more like you find out that Mel did this or Mel did that. He doesn't broadcast it. He does it quietly. And it's something that, we both really admire.
The hardest part of my parents' life was losing my sister. And they've done a lot, whatever they could in her memory. If he could have named the whole building, he would have, but at least, we could name the studio the Pamela Katten and Louise Landau studio. That was, I think, just really meaningful.
After my sister passed away, I think my parents really wanted to devote themselves to promoting her legacy and doing what she cared about. One of the things they've done is to kind of throw themselves into raising money for the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society for Leukemia Research.
So often, I feel like we're partners with Mel. He's not just a fair weather friend. He's not just there to write a check and walk away. He's there to really make sure that we have the ability to deliver what we promise we'll deliver.
The funds that went in to raise money for these wonderful therapies I've used personally and have kept me alive. So it gives me hope. And also how they've worked with LLS is inspirational to my family and I to be able to take what we're dealing with and turn it into something positive, to be able to use our story to help others and to fundraise as well.
To me, it's humility. I think he's just an unbelievably humble person. He pays it forward. He doesn't forget his roots. He appreciates life with gratitude. There have been tremendous successes, tremendous losses in Mel's life. He just keeps forging forward with a great attitude and makes the best of every day.
Congratulations, Mel.
Congratulations, Mel.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, guys.